So in Ezekiel 1:1, if you go down to verse 4, he says, I looked, and lo, a stormy wind came sweeping out of the north, a huge cloud, and flashing fire surrounded by a radiance. And in the center of it, in the center of the fire, a gleam as of amber. We have to assume at this early point that Ezekiel saw a cloud glowing within, since Hebrew has a word for cloud, and it's used here. He could have said silver disk or silver circle, but he doesn't. Hebrew has words for silver, for disk, for round, for window, even for little people in window. I mean, all of these things, a Hebrew writer in the 6th century could have just said it. He has the words in his vocabulary, but does not use them, doesn't use any of them, in fact, in the entire chapter. So people who want to put these elements into the vision are just doing that. They're putting them in. In the center of it, that is the cloud, were also the figures of 4 creatures. This was their appearance. They had figures of human beings. However, each had 4 faces, and each of them had 4 wings. The legs of each were fused into a single rigid leg, and the feet of each were like a single calf's hoof. And their sparkle was like the luster of burnished bronze. The 4 of them had their faces and their wings on their 4 sides. Each of them had a human face in front. Each of the 4 had the face of a lion on the right, the face of an ox on the left, the face of an eagle on the back. Do these creatures resemble any UFO occupants in the literature? Do they resemble any craft component? Remember, for deep space travel and the necessary velocity and or hyperspace capability, we can't have the lunar module or flying animals for that matter. While Ezekiel does use the word like a lot, and he could therefore be searching for ways to describe what he sees, he does not say the creatures look like animals. He clearly identifies each animal face. So the old argument that, well, Ezekiel's just so overwhelmed with this alien, how do I describe this guy? Well, he's like this, he's like that. That's not what he does. He clearly says it was a cherubim. There were 4 of them. He knows what cherubim are. Why? Because practically everywhere you go in the ancient world, you run into them in the artwork. Okay, he's not struggling for words here.